of sobriety. After 20 years of getting high every single day, and that's not a lie or double speak. I know it's up for me if you steal my sunshine, making sure I'm not in too deep. If you steal my sunshine, making plans on a knee. If you steal my sunshine, Hello world. Alright, Richard Carver here on day 50. That is feeling like a big number, and I guess it is. I feel like that is an accomplishment. I feel good about this. Day 50 of sobriety after using drugs every single day, all day, for 20 years straight. So now it's no drugs every single day, all day, for 50 days straight. So it's all just wild. And thank you everybody who has ever tuned in. If you're tuning in now, anybody who's ever commented or showed love, it honestly, I hear it all, it goes right to my heart, and I feel it, and I'm so thankful for y'all for being here on this journey, because it is a journey, and I know a lot of you have been on that journey too. So we're doing this, everyone, one day at a time, sometimes way less than that at a time, sometimes just a second or a minute at a time, but it's all stacking up. So here we are, 50 days. All right. So let's do a little recap of the day. Today after I got off stream last night, I did not find sleep right away, but it wasn't the worst sleep. Well, no, I'm sorry. Yes, it was. It's just that I laid there for a while. What I mean to say is I was in bed for a long period of times, or at least there was that. But it wasn't one of those deep going under sleeps. It felt like I could have just, lifted my head up at any time, been aware at any time. But I then got up around 8, got ready for work, drove up to Wilmington, and then that was an interesting day because today was technically my last day at one of my jobs that I do, and worked all the way through the day, and it was okay. The way that I feel about it is good because I don't want to be doing any type of job that is not in the creative field, and this one was that. So I can go back at any point, really anytime they need me and stuff. It wasn't like anything bad. It was just, I am going to be doing my music and my art now, which is a great thing, I think, because when you have to do something, when that is like the only option for you sometimes in life, I feel like then that's when that's when you can push harder and when you can focus and make things happen. And I am ready to just devote my world and life and time to these songs and projects I've been also working on for that whole 20 years. Prior to me diving hardcore into this terribleness, I had another thing going on. It was, I was in college and had the stuff happening for the band, and we had some records out, and we had interest in, a lot of people. So it was like a really vibrant path, and I just really couldn't hold it all together. And that led to a lot of wild things. It led to me moving into this house that I'm in now, all the way back then. And at the time, my band moved in with me, at least half of them did, and we did more music here. And when it was time to move back, I just didn't. And time just kept passing, and then you just keep making decisions, and you just keep I guess, like this, having 50 days now accruing, like things just happen, time just passes, and throughout that, I stayed very creative, at least, and I still wrote a ton. But there's only so much time in the day. There's only so many times you can, put something off until that thing you're putting off is not what you're working on the most anymore. So even though it's an income stream that is now cut off that I had coming in my other job, now it's going to force me to really dive into music. And so it's an interesting feeling, and I'm glad to be doing that, and I'm excited for the future. And I also know that there's no way I could be devoting any type of like quality brain function to making that path work if I was being completely stoned the whole time. So it's also lining up nicely to at least some sobriety stuff that's happening. So there was that whole thing. I came home, had a good talk on the phone with one of my good buddies, Aaron, and when I got back, I passed out. It's awesome. Then I actually got to go under and have that deep sleep that I needed. Woke up, it was so deep that I thought it might be like way later at night than it was, but it was only like 8 something. So I went into town, got some burrito bowl action going on, and then got some water, came home, talked to my buddy George for a while, and that was a good conversation as well. And now we are here. So tonight what I want to do like 2 different songs, and one's going to be Len's Steal My Sunshine, so that's going to be funny, and then the other one's going to be one of my favorite creatives is Doug Martsch, who is the lead singer and lead songwriter for Built to Spill. I just love Built to Spill so much. Wonderful band, huge back catalog of all amazing songs. Like, they kind of don't miss, but they're of that alternative rock thing. If you guys don't listen to them much, they're like, alternative rock is definitely a constraining thing to say about them. It's kind of hard to put them into some type of class, but very awesome stuff. He's a great guitarist, great songwriter, great lyricist. So he did one solo record. So I want to do one of the songs off of his solo record called Heart, Things Never Something. But that was a record that was really big about 20 years ago to me too. So I was also talking about that with my buddy George, about how seeing someone from our high school was really a good thing, because it was so interesting to see someone. It makes you feel a lot like yourself before like all of that big life dramas and traumas and all happen and occur. So it's almost just like closing that gap, and made me feel really in line with like my inner me. So I just loved it. It was really nice the other day when I got to see my friend at work. So that was great. So let's jump in. This is going to be a weird version because I'm trying to mostly play everything down, chilled out. So, if you guys know that Len tune, Steal My Sunshine, it's going to sound maybe a little bit different. I was laying in the grass on Sunday morning of last week, indulging in my self-defeats. My mind was thugged, all lacy bugged, all twisted round and beat, uncomfortable and 3 feet deep. Now the fuzzy stare from not being there on confusing morning week impaired my tribunal speak. And of course you can't become if you only say what you would have done. So I missed a million miles of fun. I know it's up for me if you steal my sunshine, making sure I'm not in too deep. If you steal my sunshine, keep them versed on my feet. you steal my sunshine, sunshine. I was frying on the bench, sliding in the park across the street. Later that week. My sticky paws were into making straws out of big fat slurpy treats. An incredible 8-foot heap. Now the funny glared a big gleaming tear and a staring under heat, involved in unusual feet. And I'm not only a monk, but I invite who I wanna come. So I missed a million miles of fun. I know it's up for me if you steal my sunshine, making sure I'm not in too deep. If you steal my sunshine, keeping first and on my feet. If you steal my sunshine. If you steal my sunshine, my sunshine. I know it's done for me. Not something that's hard to see. Keeping dumb and built to be my sunshine, my sunshine, my sunshine, my sunshine. That was kind of fun. That album is actually really good. I know they only had the one hit. I kind of forget what the album's called, like something work. But I have it on vinyl, and it's a really fun album. It perfectly captures some really good 90s feelings and all. So yeah, there is some Len. They make me think of Wheatus. I gotta do the Wheatus song tomorrow, I feel like. The Teenage Dirtbag. Maybe even tonight. We'll see if I'm still feeling it. We'll see. We're about 15 minutes in. We'll see what's up. Alright, so this one is our beautiful Doug Martsch written tune, and I really do recommend his album. It's just awesome. Really bluesy. Well, has some like blues slide guitar in it type of thing, but really just awesome. You get sick of it, stuck in the thick of it, making new friends you don't need. Isn't it amazing how everyone's crazy about violence they can't conceive? Well, I hung around like another pronoun, familiar but lacking a name. It was good enough for me. Things never shared, things that don't mean much to me. Things never shared, things that don't mean much to me. I'm on my guard, wait until you see sometime what what's in my heart, it's good enough for me. Things never shared, things that don't mean much to me. Things never shared, things that don't mean much to me. I'm on my guard, wait until you see. Sometime what's in my heart is good enough for me. I'm on my guard, wait until you see. Sometime what's in my heart is good enough for me. It was good enough for me. It was good enough for me. Oh, how I love that song and that album. What happens in my mind is I'm vividly back at an art college in Boston that my girlfriend from college was at. I was in like the music school. She was like in an art school. And I remember they couldn't have guests over, like stay over at the dorms, you know. So I would somehow do some type of sneaking in or some sort thing. And I remember being in, like laying in bed with her, listening to that album over and over. And I remember that her roommate had a friend. There was just some dude who would always just hang out in the room. And I remember he was always like in the other bed. And we were always like, when is he going to leave? So we often had, I often remember how funny that was of like, here's our alone time together, but dang it, would you leave? But it also, just over and over with that album and also Miles Davis's Kind of Blue. That was our every single night to go to sleep album. So yeah, I think those are going to be the two for the night because I don't want to just jump into Wheatus's Teenage Dirtbag because I don't know that I know that song well enough. Let me see. I'm trying to think of what the beginning verse is. I haven't heard it in so long. Let's see. Name was Noelle. I have a dream about her, she rings a bell. I got gym class half an hour, oh how she rocks in Keds and tube socks. But she doesn't know who I am. She doesn't doesn't give a damn about me, 'cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Her boyfriend's a dick, and he brings a gun. I didn't know the lyrics on that one. I'm not going to say these lyrics because this channel is way too fresh to be talking about that. And I feel like that's going to end up getting some type of strike. You know, we apparently live in a, free speech going on, but we'll see about that, So that's enough of that one. Look up, if you guys don't know, Teenage Dirtbag's lyrics on the second verse. I had no idea they were talking about that. Alright, y'all. I think that is a fantastic place to start to wrap it for the night. We're checking in on day 50. We did it, 50 straight days, along with better sleep and more nutrients. I think I'm feeling like the slightest bit of change in my mind. I still have got the fog, hardcore fog, but I've noticed that I'm saying words I haven't said in a long time. So I think that maybe there's some vocabulary recall coming back, and I love that because I like to talk in more things than saying like, oh, that's dumb or something. I would like to express, oh, I like that, or that I don't like that. I want to say why and stuff. And I feel like before I was just like having no memory to even shape sentences or stories. So that's a great thing. So I'm really, really thankful for that. I'm thankful for all of you out there, and I hope you guys are doing awesome in your lives because you deserve that. So on that one, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your love and support through this whole 50-day journey. It's not done by any way. We'll be going to be keeping on sailing. We get the train rolling. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Peace and love.